Hello, Internet. This is month 2 of my Q&A live stream. A day later than I was planning because I originally was going to do it last night, but internet worries or troubles put paid to that, so I'm doing it tonight instead. That's if anyone turns up, but I anything within reason. Yeah. And we'll see how the conversation flows. The first one went very well. And, I might pick a subject as well from time to time, but that's basically the rules. Very simple. And let's see who shows up, if anyone. Yeah, I think it'll be a short one tonight than it was. The last one, I think, went for about 2 hours or something, which was, wow, sort of took on a life of its own, but I think I will have a short one tonight. But we'll see. We'll see. So I watched The Undoing tonight, the finale of that, the final episode. It actually took me off guard because I didn't know it was the final episode when I put it on. Because I'm so used to like these HBO like limited series having about at least 8 episodes. So I was thinking it was 8 episodes and we still had a few more to go. But it makes sense when you watch it. I think probably 6 episodes was about right, and really good stuff, actually. I really enjoyed it. The finale was very good. I think they really landed with the finale. So, yeah, look out for my review of that. I'm also an episode behind. I'm actually uploading my review of episode 5 at the moment. So you'll have the last 2 episodes reviewed quickly, sort of back to back. So look out for that. Also, I'm going to catch up with his Dark Materials, and I will also be continuing to do Star Trek Discovery Season 3. And of course, hello, Anthony. I can always rely on you. How's it going? Of course, I'll be getting in a Christmas mood all next month with special live streams and some film reviews as well, of Christmas themed films. But obviously lots of live streams planned for TV and film related. Yeah, this is Q&A. This is, obviously you took part last month, and I plan on doing it once a month. It was going to be last night, but because of the internet, she's starting early. And once again, for some reason, YouTubers as chicks. I'm sure we all wish we could censor white chicks, to be fair. But yeah, you can actually probably expect the first live stream, the first Christmas themed live stream. It'll either be night after. I don't want to promise it'll be tomorrow, but I'll say either tomorrow or the night after. Yeah, it'll probably be quite a short one tonight, Anthony, but we'll see how it goes. If people can't, well, just because I wanna, I'm being selfish. I want to watch some stuff all by myself. I haven't had internet for the last 2 nights, so I've got to finish Wives season 2. I was in the middle of the finale. Important stuff, Anthony. Okay. So do you have a question, or do you want to think? What? Oh, okay. Oh, you're referring to having no internet. Okay. For a minute, I thought that was your question. Although technically it is, so I see what you did there. Um, it was strange. I mean, I don't want to be one of these, whiny sort of modern brats who can't live without the internet. But it was a little strange because I get used to doing so much on there, and obviously, I think I think also because me and Mum tend to watch stuff, and sometimes the stuff we want is on Shield on Disney Plus. So it was quite frustrating that then we couldn't watch any of that for a couple of days. I think it was 2 or 3 days, but so I mean, luckily we're all right because I've got plenty of DVDs, and we've been watching stuff on TV. There's been a decent amount on TV as well to watch, but yeah, no, it is a bit strange when you're used to it, but it was only 2 days. But I think you start to wonder after a while, is something wrong with the router? Why is it down? But pardon, it came back anyway. But yeah, that's almost a modern Twilight Zone style question. What would we do for any length of time without the internet, sort of thing? I would like to think it wouldn't drive me mad, but you know. Oh, hey T-Ree, how's it going? Yeah, not seen you for a while. Okay, so you're being creative with the questions tonight. Hey Elsa, how's it going? How much does it take to get you drunk? I'd say it takes a fair bit. It might depend on the drink. I think if it's beer, I think I'd probably get drunk a bit easier than I do if it's like a spirit, mixed with something. With them, I think it takes quite a few to get me drunk, but with a beer, it's sort of quicker. I don't make any money at the moment because I'm unemployed. And obviously, that's something I hope this is going to turn into. Something which eventually can make me some money and become a career. I think it's a natural step for someone like me who wanted to sort of do kind of reviewing. Who I wanted to work with. Possibly I would. Right. What sort of drink are you? Oh, what sort of drunk? I would say I'm a happy drunk now. I think in the past I maybe wasn't the best drunk. I think in the past maybe I got a bit more emotional than I should have done, depending on the situations. But I'd say I'm a better drunk now, so I guess that's maybe a sign that I've matured a bit. But yeah, no, I'm a happy drunk. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an aggressive drunk, but yeah. Yeah, good question, Tiwi, about the vaccination. I actually don't know for sure. I guess I'm edging towards getting it. Um, Luckily for me, it's not as hard a decision because obviously they're not going to come to me early on to test it because it's going to be the people in the older age groups and more vulnerable. So I think by the time they get to me, I think people would have a better idea of if the vaccine's going to work. You know, the quality of it. Whereas I think at the moment, you know, when they start rolling it out, assuming they do, there's going to be question marks over how it's going to work, how effective it's going to be. So I think for those people, it's a tough call. There's going to be some, you know, nerves about, you know, going forward and taking it. I mean, my belief, obviously, it's great if they can get a vaccine and sort of cut it out. But my belief is then, you know, if you get on top of it and you have concrete plans and everyone does their bit, then I think over time the virus would obviously disappear anyway. So I guess I'm kind of hoping that I won't be put in that position, but we'll have to wait and see. Thanks, Elsa. I do like Jack Daniels and Coke. I've liked that for a long. Um, my mum got me a big bottle for my birthday, and it lasted well. Um, I think I quite like martini, although I haven't had it for a while. Um, and I like certain beers. You know, I do like trying different beers. I obviously I like stuff like Budweiser and Holsten Pils, stuff like that. But I do like trying different beers as well. I would, Anthony. We've had cats in the past. We just haven't had them for a while because, you know, it's more difficult because we've been used to getting dogs, and obviously it's not always easy to mix them. And Mum likes to get like, you know, sort of rescue type dogs. So, but yeah, I would love to get a cat again at some point. What sort of food would I be? So if I was actually the food, hmm, I don't know. I'll say popcorn, just as a random answer. I guess because it pops and visually it looks good. Right. Hey Camilla, how's it going? I'm okay. I'm okay. So there you go. Yeah, ice cream's a good answer. Yeah, I guess it does depend on the dog and their personality. We've had dogs and cats mixing in the past. I think it's probably easier if the cats are there first. I think if the dog's there first, it's harder. Weirdest theory. Simulation. I don't know. Sounds boring, but I'm not sure if I have any weird theories. Nothing that's out there, like really out there, where if other people haven't said it, or if I say it, people are going to be, oh, okay. Sometimes certain things I can be paranoid on and stuff, but I don't think when I come out with something like that and say, okay, they're trying to screw you or it's a conspiracy, I don't think it's anything which someone else hasn't thought. Do you hold Andy? I try not to hold grudges. I do sometimes. I think most people are guilty of that. Um, but yeah, you know, I like to think I'm quite a lot level-headed in that way. But then again, sort of makes you human in a way. So I try not to, but I probably do sometimes. Okay, yeah. Well, I do like that theory, even though I wouldn't subscribe to it. I do, yeah. There's something that I like about that. Do you leave or no? I don't know. Obviously, I have theories about the government and the job centre, and you know, the way they try to manipulate you and certain things, and um, but off the top of my head, I can't really think of a particular like conspiracy theory. I mean, for example, I don't agree with the people who believe that the moon landing was staged. For example, um, not that it couldn't have been staged. I suppose it's possible, but I just think it's a little too far fetched, and I think by now it might have been exposed. Um, so stuff like that, I think, oh come on, sort of thing. But I would have to think. I'm not sure if there's one that I've come out with which seems, really out there. Do you live or oh, sorry, do you leave or like to get revenge? Hmm. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, sometimes your emotions maybe lead. I don't actively seek revenge. Let's put it that way. Um, I mean, it tends to be the situation that you kind of have to leave, maybe, or something, or things force you apart. But yeah, no, I don't really seek revenge, or at least I like to think I don't. Yeah, I've travelled outside Europe. Um, I've been to America a few times because I've got a friend in New York, so I visited them a few times in New York, and I've got an auntie in Oklahoma, so I went there once. Um, yeah, America. I think that's the only time I've been outside Europe. I've been to other parts of Europe. I've travelled there, but yeah, the few times in America is the only time I've been outside Europe. Astronomy? No, not really. Um, I don't have a strong feeling either way, Anthony, about that one. I don't believe in it, but I don't have a strong like anti feeling towards it. I'm kind of open minded to it, and you know, I think you should respect people's beliefs anyway. But it's not something I believe in. Yeah, yeah, true. No, no. I mean, I won't go into details, but there's been occasions where I kind of without realizing, but no, as soon as they wanted me to stop, following them or contacting them on social media, I did stop. So no, I mean, I didn't intentionally, yeah, stalk anyone. Let's put it that way. But yeah, it's probably true, Elsa. I can see that. Yeah, America's a fascinating country. So rich and full of character. And I'd definitely like to see more of it. What the hell is this? Okay. It's starting to, Anthony. I think over the next couple of days. I mean, as far as the TV's been concerned, with certain channels, it's been looking a lot like Christmas since about September. I think they start with those Christmas movies earlier each year. I'm pretty sure it was as early as July this year. Yeah, that's a fair point, Elsa. Certainly puts things in perspective. Um, well, luckily, most of my work coaches have been all right. Um, but yeah, I probably mentioned this on another stream. There was one who was really pushing things and being a bit of a asshole, basically. Um, with him, I tried to stand my ground because I made complaints about him and stuff, and because I did feel he crossed the line sometimes and was just being awkward, and you know, so you know, I try not to get confrontational with him, but sometimes you can't avoid it. But no, I guess that's how I deal with it, really. Raymond is my middle name, um, after my father. I don't know, because I've never asked her that, Amphenin. She probably did, because I think normally when you have a baby, you consider a few different names before settling on one. But she's never told me any, so I don't know. Probably is, Elsa. Probably is. Speaking of that sort of thing, my best friend recently had a baby. I got the text earlier tonight actually saying that it was born, you know, week or two ago. So it's great news. Let's see. Work coach, it's something we have in this country if you sign on, Elsa. You know, if you claim benefit, they sort of assign you a work coach, which you normally have to see them once a month. Sometimes now it's like twice a month. It's like every 2 weeks, which is kind of pointless. But the idea is that they're checking up on you, you know, seeing if you're doing the most you can to get work, and they're supposed to be helping you in that. But normally with the system the way it is, they're not much good. And it's not really their fault, but that's just the way it is. It, yeah, maybe, T-Ree. I think that's difficult to answer just because at the moment, I mean, obviously I live with my mum, but in general, at the moment, I probably live quite an isolated life. And I'm quite used to being independent and sort of doing things on my own and kind of just enjoying my own company. But, you know, as time goes on, I suppose I would like to, you know, obviously have company, others' companies. But also, I guess if you got used to being on your own, maybe, then maybe you wouldn't, you know, feel lonely. I don't know. It's it's hard to say, really. Oh, Aiden. Baby's called Aiden because the father's got Irish roots. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, but platonic friend. Well, obviously, because she's just had a baby with someone else. It would be weird if we weren't. Yeah, no, we've been good friends for years. Yeah, no, they certainly don't help you, TV. Yeah, but I'm hanging on forever, lasting life, Anthony. With the way technology's going, they might well have invented it by the time I get to that sort of age. Um, Either that, or they might have invented the time machine. Not as far as I know, Anthony. And I pray she never sees this live stream now. Some good questions tonight. I'm amazed Camille hasn't jumped in with something. Yeah, I would say they support me. My friend in particular, the one I was talking about, she's very supportive. You're on form tonight, Amphenin. Yeah, that's fair, Elsa. I think that's certainly one good side to the internet. Obviously, people always talk about the good and the bad of the internet, but I think that is one thing. Um, as long as sort of associate with the right people online, I think you can sort of strike up some sort of like an online community. I think obviously you and I both frequently go on like the mild fuzz streams, and I think we probably feel we've create that we're sort of trying to do on here as well, create a community. So my last serious crush was a few years ago, and sometimes I think about it, yeah, just because things maybe didn't work out too good with it. So I kind of have regrets. So do you mean the volunteering people from Fright Fest? Um, I have quite a lot of them. No, I probably don't talk to them that much, just because I guess I'm not that close with any of them. But no, I have them on Facebook, and I think some stuff. Radio show. Um, no, no, not really. Um, I mean, sometime, but we'll see. It was a bad experience, so I won't go into details. It's a little too personal. Would you? Which one do you mean? The animated one? Well, no, not the animated one. The Jim Carrey one. Are you talking about that? Yeah. Well, I think I've already seen it. I think I saw it quite, ages ago. Like I said, I think I said before I might give it another look at some point, but yeah, no, I've already. Well, I don't have a job at the moment, so I guess at the moment, no, Camilla, but who knows? I think it's the weakest, Elsa, but no, I still enjoyed it. As I said, it worked well as a standalone film, so I enjoyed it. But yeah, it wasn't a great film, a really good film like the other three were. I think the other three worked really well as a great trilogy. I still need to watch the end actually, but I've only got 20 minutes, Anthony, so my verdict on it is kind of in. It probably takes a lot to make me cry, so chances are it probably won't. They have in the past, T-Ree, not for a while. Yeah, in the past I've made, I think, a couple of friends. Yeah. I think sometimes, because you do spend a lot of time obviously sitting around on those courses, and you do get chatting to people, and sometimes you find, oh, okay, we've got similar sort of interests. So I think the first sort of Christmas live stream is going to be Christmas Vacation. That's going to be the watch, I think, which is on Disney Plus, by the way. So if you've got Disney Plus, that's quite easy to check out. So look out for that the next couple of days. It'll either be today or not today, sorry. It'll either be tomorrow or the night after. Well, I might do, but that's not really Christmas themed. But I'll watch it at some point. Christmas Vacation, it's a comedy from the late 80s with Chevy Chase in. He goes on vacation with his family around Christmas, and that's the setup. I've never actually seen it. I sort of hear good things. Yeah, I'll check it out at some point. I've heard mixed things actually about Onward, but I'll check it out. I don't know about social events. I'm hoping to go to the Vampire Ball next year, the one which has been rescheduled, which obviously didn't happen this year. In case you guys don't know what that is, it's every year they have it's like a convention where they have like cast members from like the Josh Whedon shows, and it's meant to be really good. And I got a ticket for last year, but of course it was postponed. So fingers crossed it goes ahead next year, and I'll get to go to that. Obviously, as providing it goes ahead, Fright Fest, Anthony. Can't really say at the moment because none of us really know when that'll be. Hopefully sometime next year, though. I am going to check out that Anna Kendrick Christmas movie, though, the new one, because Christmas movie. There's a few films actually out or coming out I want to check out. There's that new one directed by Viggo Mortensen. I think it's called The Missing or something. Missing, with Lance Henriksen. That could be good. The new David Fincher as well, the Netflix film. Sounds promising. No, I don't. All time. See, it's tough because I guess my dream career for a while has been like film critic. Um, Obviously, I would extend that to TV critic now, film TV. But obviously, over time, there's no reason I can't achieve that. And obviously, I think nowadays they tend to say, um, I guess I would have to think about dream career outside of that. Because obviously, when people say about dream careers and stuff, I think this career that the path I'm on is achievable. It's not like some sort of a fantasy. It's just going to take obviously work and a fair bit of time. But um, I mean, when I was 18, it was one of those things where, because I was working in a warehouse and it was kind of like they were training me there and it was sort of a placement. And I got paid a little bit, not much. I got paid by the college, who was happy there. And in the end, there was no job, so I didn't end up staying there. But obviously, at the time, I was happy doing that, and I think you don't really think about the future so much. So I think at the time, I just thought, well, I'll just do this sort of work from now on, sort of thing. And it was only later I started thinking about the future and different things. Um, and I guess it's just, life paths and the way things can take a twist in a way. Because who knows if there had been a job at that warehouse, if they'd taken me on permanently, who knows? I mean, my life path could have been different. You just don't know. But I think about careers like teaching. Maybe I wouldn't. I've considered being a teacher. I think that could be a good way to use some of my skills, and I think I would think it's a worthwhile job. Just thinking of my other interests. I guess if I had a lot of money, I wouldn't mind owning a wrestling promotion. That's something I sort of dream of and think it'd be quite fun, but quite stressful as well. I think because of my passion for film and that, I wouldn't mind owning a cinema, my own cinema, where I could put on my own films and stuff. Hmm. It's hard to pick one thing, T. Ree, and I'm not big on regrets. Um, But I think there's certain things that everyone can pick. The way you've acted around certain people, that if you acted a different way, that could have changed the nature of things. Um, and obviously, there's certain moments where you look back at maybe a chance you had, which maybe for whatever reason you didn't take. But I don't know if I would pick out one thing. I did not know that about Ireland. Well, bless them, you can kind of see that. Mm. I don't think the UK and the US will do the same, no. Hmm. I don't know why this is such a hard choice. I'll go McDonald's just because they maybe have a better range in food, and I like their milkshakes as well. McDonald's, Burger King, I think probably better burgers though. I don't think the burgers in McDonald's are that good. Oh, I think that would be great, Elsa. Um, if there's a particular experience, because I kind of feel like my life is still unfolding anyway, and okay, there's things I could have done when I was younger, which maybe I, you know, regret not doing, but if I still want to do them, there's no reason I couldn't anyway. Um, Obviously, one pod experience I had was actually going back into education and getting my degree and stuff, and actually, that's the chance I didn't have when I was 16 or 18. So that was one good experience of recent years. So that's something I got to do, which I didn't get to do when I was younger. Like detentions. Chocolate banana is normally, sorry, chocolate is normally a good answer for anything though. Worked in retail. Fingers crossed, no. I think I would is too soul destroying, especially at my age. I think it's a bit easier to work in them when you're younger because you've got, the whole of your life sort of thing and take the money in a way. I think at my age now to work in either Burger King or McDonald's I think it would just symbolize the fact that, yeah, okay, I'm doing it for the money, but I'm kind of wasting my life working here. Um, I would just find it, yeah, soul destroying. Yeah, I remember that coming up that she was about the same age as me. 40, eh? That's a great point, Elsa. And that's why that's actually a really good story, him becoming president. Um, some tough questions tonight, T-Ree. I don't know if it makes me sad. I mean, I think most people think about mortality and what have you, and the fact that, you know, if you're in a relationship, one way or the other, it's not going to last forever. But I don't know. I don't know if it makes me sad because I'm, from a very early stage that one day your life will end, and it's about making the most of it. And I think also apart from that, I think a lot of people in relationships probably know then modern relationships more than ever are tough. It's hard to make it work the long term these days. Yeah, I like cherry pie. I don't think I've ever had McDonald's, so I can't say if theirs is any good. I think McDonald's one of those places where I used to enjoy eating there a lot when I was a certain age, and now, well, I hardly go there now. Occasionally I go there, but not very often. Well, it's similar to what I was saying earlier, T. Ree. Um, I guess I didn't really think about, things like if I would be married or whatever, because I think at that age you don't really think about that stuff. Um, Not really. As I said about jobs and career wise and stuff, I think I just figured then I would just be doing a similar sort of job to what I'd been doing, warehouse, that kind of work. And I think that's partly because you don't really think a lot about the future at that point. You just look at the present. You just think, okay, I'm quite happy doing this, so why wouldn't I do it? You know, moving forward. And there is something about that which is quite nice. I think it's one of the best things about youth, maybe, is that you do sort of live in the present more than you do later on in life. Oh, interesting. I, I, d- I don't think I remember it happening. I think I was about 8 when it happened, but I obviously know quite a bit about it. I've seen coverage of it, and there's obviously been the stuff that's come out in recent years. Um, Actually, one of my mum's like close friends, one of her sons was actually at that game. Luckily, he wasn't one of the people killed or injured, but he was at that game. So yeah, scary stuff. Okay, that's yeah, funny, Elsa. I guess yeah, I can see that side of things as well. I think sometimes you do younger people do. I think there's a sense they're looking forward to growing up, and they have these plans, and yeah, maybe sometimes you dream a bit more at a certain age, a younger age. So yeah, no, I've spoken to him. I don't think I really knew him that well, but I'm sure he was. Well, thank God for that, Anthony. I think, yeah, you would have been missing out on the fun of childhood if you'd been thinking about that stuff then. I think there's experience. It's not easy to answer, T. Ree, because I think obviously humans are different, and different stuff can affect them differently, and they can react to stuff differently. obviously there's obviously horrible stuff that you hear about, and you know there are. I don't really need to name them. You know, there are really traumatic stuff that happens to people, which you just can't believe when you hear it. But apart from like those really extreme stuff, but even with them, it's hard to really say one's worse than the other. I mean, obviously, seeing a loved one die. Different cultures and stuff else may view these things differently, and different eras. I think nowadays it's much more common for people, you know, not to get married so young. And I think it's much more common for people, especially women, to have careers first and stuff and not think so much about marriage so early on. So, yeah, times have obviously changed. Yeah, I think that's a good thing also. I think that's one of the pluses. It's interesting, Anthony. Yeah, I'm an uncle. Yeah, no, I am, and it's got a couple. Well, nephew and niece. It's fine. I don't really think about it that much. I don't really see them that often, but yeah, no, I guess I quite enjoy being an uncle. But yeah. Okay, so as I was saying before, I will do one of these once a month. Obviously, the one from last month you can find on the channel. If you missed that, check that out. That was fun, and then tonight's been fun. I think we've touched on some interesting themes and had a fun little chat. Covered a wide range. So I'll continue doing these for the foreseeable future because it's been going well so far. But obviously, after a while, yeah, there you go. Hopefully, maybe if the viewership goes, yeah, or grows, I should say. Goes is the wrong term. Then this will continue. But yeah, thanks everyone. I'll end the stream now. Thanks for all the questions, and I'll see you guys again soon. Good night and Christmas streams to come. See you later.